my friends, being their tastes in films being what they are, I thought they would pick an import or a Japanese film they had not seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking about our film club, which is really a great experience. And we welcome to the live show. We're going to get to the show in just a second, but I got to finish this conversation. Bluth won first time, and he won the second time. So it's full circle. A lot of love for Don Bluth, the animator.
Alpha and Omega.
Yeah, Alpha and Omega for Mr. Bluth.
His other big ones, he did American Tail, right?
An American Tail,
one's
All
really
Dogs
good.
Go to Heaven.
What's a really good... The other
Anastasia was his best. I thought
Really?
Anastasia
No,
was
Nem.
his...
Nothing can beat Nem.
Well,
I don't think I've
you're
even
right.
seen Anastasia.
You're right. Really?
Yeah.
Anastasia is a beautiful movie. It's a nice historical drama with some kids elements in it.
Yeah.
It's a really lovely film. And John Cusack is pretty good. Wait a minute.
it's a very
We're just talking about Don Bluth and animated films that he's done. He has been making noise about doing a feature film version based on his Laserdisc video game from the 80s arcade craze, Dragon's Lair. So,
Oh, shit.
Yes, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yes,
I remember
oh
Dragon's
shit.
Lair.
Everyone remembers Dragon's Lair. So this is why we're starting the conversation off with the animation domination of Don Bluth. He's dominated my film club with my friends for years. I thought Miyazaki would win, but he didn't win. But imagine that old video game that I spent so much money on when I was a kid. Dragon's Lair. Imagine if Don Bluth went back to the boards, back to the drawing board, for real, and made us a really cool feature film based on Dragon's Lair, the game. That would be so cool.
That would fucking work. Because also, you already have, like, it's all there, you know? You just...
Remember?
Fuck, you can almost do it now. You just take the animation.
Yeah, Dirk the Daring and Princess Daphne, who was affectionately known by the kids in my neighborhood as Pencil Tits. That's how we used to refer to Princess Daphne, because that's the way that they drew her in the video game. You know, she's just
I never got very
sticking
far.
out.
I would just watch the game.
Sorry to say that.
While people played it.
Yes,
you
you're
couldn't-
drinking already.
You could only get like, oh Jesus, something wrong. Like you lose like fucking 15 quarters in like 15 seconds because if you're not paying enough attention to, it's like direction and the button. That's all it was. It's ridiculous.
Totally. You had to play the video game of Dragon's Lair by obeying pre-programmed ways out of the room. And the animators would show you, Dirk the Daringer, in a room surrounded by things or traps or creatures, and you had to follow the little flashing clues. You had to figure that out, and it was a constant waste of money, but I loved that game. It was so cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, housekeeping. A little housekeeping announcement. Here we are. Torn Tuesdays live from Meltdown Comics, the grand mecca of all geekdom, here in the heart of Hollywood at Sunset and Gardner. Hello, it's so good to see you again. Cheers. Forgive me, I'm not going to pronounce your last name right, even though you just did a second ago.
John Familetti, that's me.
Familetti.
Familetti, yeah.
John,
Silence.
you know, guys, we had John Familetti here on our show not too long ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and he was really, really fantastic. He's from the band Health. So much cool stuff and mind-blowing opportunities to get into Health and their music. And I watched their video for the first time when we were here together. Blew my mind. Hardcore Tolkien fan. This is where it gets really, really good, where we have an intersection of different art forms, meaning music, rock and roll, songwriting, converging with the world of Tolkien and Tolkien fandom, and that's why we have our guest here back. It's so good to have you back on
Thank
the
you.
show.
Thanks for having me back. I really like being
pleasure.
here.
Total
And,
pleasure.
I got a present for you and also for everyone.
Is this the new album?
This is the new album.
The
It came out
new-
August 7th,
Really? That's brand new. God, it's hot off the press.
and that's for you.
Oh,
everyone
it's
seen this? There you
sizzling.
go.
This is
Please take
beautiful.
note.
Real vinyl? Real vinyl.
Oh yes.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
80 gram or whatever.
100. I think it's like technically 150, but you don't fucking know, man. Oh. Is that 180 right there? Yeah, it's good. It's in stores, it's on streaming, whatever. I prefer you pay for it because we need more money for more music videos. But yeah, go.
Hello,
get it, go
Cliff
check
and
it out.
John from Hobbit Fan. We have John here on the show with us. It is so good to have you here, and congratulations on this awesome album. I'm really, really, really looking forward to tearing into this.
Oh
This
wait,
is
can I-
lovely.
Can I plug one more thing?
Please do.
Sorry, if you do buy
Tell
the
the
CD,
folks.
CD or LP in an indie store, you notice the sticker. Make sure the sticker's on there. There's a golden ticket prize. It's a bunch of tickets. You got to go on the website to check them out.
This is a Willy Wonka reference.
If you win the golden ticket, me and at least 1 to 2 of my other bandmates will fly to you and stay at your house in wherever the fuck you live in the U.S.
And party.
and hang out with you. Yeah,
And
party or see how you live. Yeah. You got to house us. If you can't house us, we'll get a hotel. But it's funnier. See, because our last album, which is a long time ago, the golden ticket prize, we flew a guy to L.A. and we took him to Six Flags and he stayed at my house for like 3 nights. We actually did that. We're going to release a video of that because we never put it out
Wow.
this week. But the new golden tickets, we come to you. There's also a lot of other prize. Another prize, personal
John,
prize
that's
for me. If you're in LA, you win the prize. You go to the Renaissance Fair 2016 Renaissance Pleasure Fair with me in full costume with my.
I love the
motley
Renaissance
crew.
Fair. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a lot of friends who are regulars of the Ren Fair. We have many people who are in our chat. And always.
Did you go this year?
No, I didn't.
I did. It pissed me off because the year before I went, and it's the exact same
Thing around, so you already know where you're going and what the fuck you're doing.
Exactly where you're going. Yeah.
I got something to do.
Well, another turkey leg. And yes, this is ostrich. It's ostrich leg. Are they lying to us and telling us it's a turkey leg when it's really an ostrich leg? So much you think that their leg muscles would be tough and hard as nails to eat. That's a tough bird.
What's that?
Emu. Emu.
This is, yes, hello in the chat room. Hello everyone watching us here on Torn Tuesday. This is definitely the R-rated version of our Torn Tuesday. It cannot be G-rated today, so don't even fucking sweat it.
Wait, sorry.
Just had to say that.
So
Don't sweat it.
We're on the
Just saying.
If we're on the Ren Fair, I don't know if you guys noticed this in LA Ren Fair. It's called the Renaissance Pleasure Fair. There's this weird sexual overtone. To
There is a weird double entendre.
Put your sword in my sheath, good fellow. It's like, could you have a pair of balls or something like that? But always, and the old women with their push up, they're just losing it.
Yeah,
It's
with
like,
the corsets pushing the boobage out.
But I found this out. The reason
Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
No, it's like, why is it pleasure? It's like, this guy told me, and this is apparently fucking true. Before this weird corporation
You
buy it
asked
that
him?
runs all the Ren Fair. Yeah, they're telling me, like, back in the day, the last night of the fair was only the people who ran the fair, these weird medieval enthusiasts.
Yeah.
And they'd fucking swing, they'd all fuck.
Swingers.
Well,
Really?
No, they're all like the hardcore people running the thing. It's like, I'm the armored combat guy. I'm the whatever. It's like, we're all here. We're all fucking weirdos who love this medieval shit. It's like, let's fuck. You know? It's like, this is weird sexual overtones and all fantasy artwork.
Okay.
Like, Boris Vallejo and Frank Frazetta. It's always like sexual. It's this weird sexual thing with sword and sorcery for some reason. It's
Yes,
It's like this much away. Like,
There's a lot of sexualized artwork in the sword and sorcery realm.
Kind of there. So like they'd all fuck, and like that's what's called the Renaissance.
So
Pleasure
they'd
Fair.
close the fair for the final night and have everyone who attended
Not
be part.
attended, just the people who run it.
Just
So
the people who
the
run
hardcore
it
inner circle.
had their own private orgy.
Yeah,
How
or just
clever.
like a party where you fuck's kind of loose, you know. But like, that's the thing. But I'm sure that was like
Wow.
78 or whatever. So it's like, yeah.
I don't know if any parents are ever going to let their children watch my show again. But I'm pleased to know this. This is ephemera about the Renaissance Pleasure Fair that I did not know and I should have known. I should have known. Okay, I'm sorry I missed it this year. I missed the LA County Fair, I missed the Renaissance Fair, I missed everything. And I'm even going to miss Dragon Con this year, which is a damn shame.
Is that in LA?
Atlanta.
Oh, that's the one. See, sorry,
special trip.
I keep going there because I'm retarded. But there's that Jabba's Palace strip club, cosplay strip club that opened next to. Have you gone?
I've heard all about
Really?
it. I haven't gone. I've heard all about that.
Shit. Fucking crack me up.
That's really fun. All right, tell me something about Death Magic. Okay, this is the new album, guys. The new album right here. Camera 2, camera 1. Hey, are you guys switching cameras over there?
Yes.
Or are you playing backgammon or something?
No.
All right, no, all right.
It's high tech. I like this new system. This is good
Playing
in here.
backgammon on an iPad. This is super, super cool. Tell us what listeners, all of our eager listeners out there, tell us what they can expect as far as songcraft.
I mean, fuck. You know what? You can literally, you can stream this thing in like 1 second right here for free. So or $10 a month. So just do it. I'm not gonna explain it to you. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Listen to it in order. Turn it up really loud. I hope you have some bass. I mean, I think you'll like it. I don't know if you don't. Well, whatever.
I'm so down. I am so down. Yes, LOL swear chart. I need a swear jar. Thank you, Sarah. We're going to have a swear jar in this show. I'm going to drop a nickel in, or a quarter, maybe. Price is going up. Every time we swear. Yes, all right. It's great to have you. And happy birthday to Spirited Book. Glad you're having a great birthday. And I'm really glad you're spending some of your birthday time with us here on the show. And talking about the recent news and developments in the world of Tolkien. All right? The biggest news that we just got last week, and I'm still quite trying to get my brain around this. The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies.
Oh yeah.
Due in a theatrical release in the middle of October, and then it's going to come out mid-November on Blu-ray. It got slapped with an R rating. Since when did my favorite children's book, when I was a little boy, 10 years old, since when did my little children's book get an R rating? I mean, come on.
Well, it's a weird thing. Like, I just, last time I was on here, I hadn't seen it. I watched the fan edit. It's like it's a PG-13 movie, so this weird thing where this giant battle and there's no blood because the way they're handling it.
Yes.
And you run into this weird thing. It's like, okay, we're gonna make Batman adults, and so in Dark Knight Rises, there's like people charging each other, and like a guy gets shot, and like it's like an old time movie. Where it's like, oh, and like there's not even a blood or a hole. It's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
So it's just like we have this. Probably want this stuff to be more adult and a little more hard. We tell some more adult storytelling, but then. Yeah, there's no blood. So I guess they made it R. They added some CG blood. I don't need more of the 5 army. Is it extended? It's even longer?
The extended edition of the film is going to be 30 minutes longer.
19 minutes.
19 minutes longer?
Officially.
Officially? Only?
Minutes and 42 seconds.
Only 19 minutes longer? So much for those stupid rumors of it being 60 minutes
But
longer.
you heard that the extended edition is going to be rated R.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Rated R. The extended edition now got slapped with an R rating, allegedly, for more beheadings,
It's official.
combat violence.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's official, but allegedly the reasons behind the MPAA doing that.
On elf action.
Let's talk about. Look, my documentary, which is as G-rated as a documentary could ever be, got slapped with a PG-13 rating because Dominic Monaghan, our narrator, made a inhale on the bong sound in the narration. Okay, the narration is he's talking about the '60s and on the counterculture and all the people doing psychedelic drugs and the hippie movement, and we're showing video footage of a bong.
Yeah.
And while we're showing it, he's making a completely random inhale sound on the track. That got us a PG-13. That. Well, otherwise, my movie, Ringer's Lord of the Fans, is as G-rated as could possibly be G-rated. But we got stuck with one PG-13 because of Dominic's little puff pass joke.
Well, when
right there.
did you? I'd say probably read the Hobbit when I was like 11 or 12.
Me
right?
too. 10, 11.
So
yeah.
by then,
Yeah.
PG-13 is kind of fun. You've
Yeah.
probably seen it. You've probably seen R-rated movies by the time anyway.
Uh-huh. You know, the first R-rated thing that I ever saw when my dad took me to see Excalibur.
Oh yeah, Excalibur's gnarly, dude.
Really gnarly.
really
Really
gnarly.
gnarly. Really gnarly.
Also makes no sense. It's like fucking so choppy, and then out of nowhere, like, they just like cut the dude's legs off, like right here is the thing. It's like kind of foggy to me, and I was like, what the
It's
fuck?
foggy.
That movie's fucking
But
yeah.
Helen Mirren, young, beautiful Helen Mirren.
Oh, yeah,
playing
yeah.
Morgana. Very young turn of a role from young Liam Neeson, who shows up in the film out of nowhere. Young Patrick Stewart, he's in the film. But I'm telling you, that blew my mind. I was a very small kid.
Yeah.
And my dad took my brother and I, we're just little kids, and my dad is like, I'm going to take my sons to see the King Arthur movie. And then Uther Pendragon is having really big sex with this woman in the opening sequence, the opening film. You can't get 7 minutes into the film without Uther Pendragon, going through this love-making scene, which is how Arthur is conceived. I get it. But when I was a child, I'd never seen that. Dad didn't know what was in the movie.
Yeah.
And my dad was doing this to me, like trying to cover my eyes, I'm like, Dad, what's going on? And he had a lot of explaining to do after we saw Excalibur.
What's the De Palma film? Is it like Dressed to Kill or something like
Yeah,
that?
Dressed to Kill.
Okay,
That
so
blew my
funny
mind,
story.
too.
The singer of my band, his mom, when he was really little, like probably your age, she had her and her friends watch. She's like, "Oh, it's a good movie." She put it on, and I don't know if you remember that movie.
Yeah.
2 seconds of the movie. There's just a fucking. It was crazy for the time. There's just a fucking pussy shot,
There is.
pussy, right there,
Big time.
And, yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
really explicit, especially for just like a movie of the time.
Right there.
And her
De Palma, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, "Whoa!" And her mom's like, "Oh shit, I forgot about that."
Oh, I forgot that was in the film, yeah. Okay, so anyways, back to The Hobbit. Okay, it's what? The rumor and the news we had first was that it was 30 minutes longer. Now Justin is confirming it's only 19 minutes longer. But is it kind of like a sign that Peter Jackson is very willful about tampering with it? Because he's tampered with The Hobbit over and over and over again, and now we're ending up with a Hobbit that's R-rated. That's a sign, to me,
Yeah.
of how deliberate he is and willful. I mean, just willful in tampering with the property.
I mean, I just watched the Hobbit fan edit, and I've never seen the whole Hobbit
Never
thing.
seen any of them.
And so
What'd you think of the fan edit?
it's pretty choppy.
Yeah.
Now I don't. Maybe
chop.
I didn't watch the right. It wasn't great. It was
it
like
chop-socky?
I watched the 3-something hour one. But
Yeah.
it was definitely long enough. But all my favorite parts of the book, I'm just like, this doesn't feel right. So I don't know if it's better in the real thing, or are these scenes just super fucking long?
Yeah. Yeah, all the scenes in the Hobbit movies are long. Yes. All the scenes in the Hobbit movie are all
So what's
long.
going on with all this other time? Like, is it a fucking torture? Okay, can you just tell me what's the last shot of the Battle of Fire and Armor? How does the series end? What's the final shot before the cut to the credits?
All right, the very last shot
Uh,
is the interior of Bilbo's living room in Bag End, and we've gone back to older Bilbo, who hears a knock on the door, and it's the knock on the door from Fellowship of the Ring, where Gandalf is at his door, and Bilbo at the very end is holding his ring to himself and going, and he's just meditating on the stupid ring in his hand, and he says, "No, thank you. We don't want any more well-wishers, blah, blah, blah." And you hear Gandalf's voice in the distance saying, "What about very old friends?"
That's the cut. Was it poignant? Was it moving?
And then that's it. It was really beautiful. A little button. It was such a beautiful button because it ties directly into that moment where Bilbo was about to go and open the door for Gandalf.
Okay.
So
because when this fan edit ended, the last shot is just
What
the
was that?
handkerchief on the ground and it says BB, and then just cuts the credits. And I was like,
There's
that
no
fucking sucks,
There's no
dude.
handkerchief on the ground that
I don't
says
know.
BB.
That was it. That was the cut to credits. I was like,
How did they get that shot?
I don't know.
Fans aren't good editors.
Yeah, this guy was supposed to be this like real editor. I love the idea of a shorter one, but the weirdest thing with the edit is like it left in all these like I guess emotional beats that probably mattered for the really long
The
version
map.
of the movie.
The map. She says the map is the final shot.
Oh, it's the map. Maybe that's the map, and it's
The
got
map,
the
and
sign
then
on
and
it.
then yeah.
Fuck,
After
maybe that is the final
after
shot.
Bilbo walks off to the door, and then the camera moves to the map of Thror, which is on the
that's
table.
It. That's
Yeah.
it, and it's signed BB. But I was just like, it just wasn't very moving. I was like, that's the fucking last shot. I guess that must have been the fan edit. Not obviously that wasn't
Yeah.
the real version.
Yeah. So you saw the fan edit. You don't know if it was the Dwarven edit or the
I watched
Tolkien edit.
the 3-hour edit. It's there was the Tolkien edit and there's the one right after that said this is better than that one.
The
I said,
dwarf edit. I think that's
no,
it.
it's the one. It's there and back again.
It's
So
the
the
there
first
and
one's the
back
Tolkien
again
edit.
Okay.
Then they were back. I didn't know there was a dwarf edit.
There's one called a dwarf edit, which is makes the story more.
Dwarf edition.
The dwarf edition. Yeah.
Dwarf edition. Yeah,
And then
man.
and then the Tolkien cut.
That was the first one, right?
Okay. Esme says that the buffering is really quite bad tonight. She gets about 1 second of talk in between buffering.
Well, other people are watching.
Yeah.
Also, did this also bother you that
The
there's
swear
like all the
counter.
dwarves are pretty rad? They're all huge noises and stuff, and there's just like random, really good-looking, totally normal face-looking guy dwarf. I'm like, why the fuck is his face all normal? Why everyone's just massive noses and dumb shit. He's just like, hey, what's up, guys? He's totally normal. Like fucking bothered the shit out of me. He's really distracting.
Hello, Idril. Idril, if you have not, welcome to all of our chatters who are here on the show. August Oakenshield, Esme, Sarah, Idril, and Spirited Book, who's having a birthday. Did you add a swear counter?
Yeah.
Good, excellent. They're joking. They're joking about the swear counter in the.
Oh, no, it's real and you're losing.
Oh, great. Wait. Should I? Oh, they're two separate swear counters.
Oh wait, is this a battle?
Oh, fuck me. Are you fucking kidding me? There's a swear counter now? All right. If you want to play, if it's a competition, this is going to be like when Legolas and Gimli have the competition to see how many orc heads they can chop off
yeah.
at Helm's Deep. That's so funny. John, Ellen is a great friend of mine. Ellen is here. Hello, Ellen Design. Good to see you on the show. John, what instrument do you play in the band?
Bass. But I mean, if you listen to this record, you'll notice it's a very electronic record, so it doesn't exactly apply. So I say bass and software. But if you see us live, I'll be holding a bass.
Yeah?
Most of the time.
What
Nice.
genre, if you're gonna put yourself in a total catalog filter of
Thank
genre,
you.
Yeah, it's a rough. Once again, we don't really just need to describe these things. You can just listen to this right now if you got Spotify on your phone or Apple Music or whatever, what have you.
For the fans who are just joining us, all right, we have our really, really good buddy from the band Health. He's here with us, John Familietta. Damn it. All right, I'm just causing a lot of raucous laughter in the back in the control room. Fuck. And there you go. Give me one more. I get one more. Okay. Shame on me. Language. Okay, look. You guys, we have been providing you with an absolutely squeaky clean motherfucking show for about 3.5 years without me ever saying a single swear word. What has it been, 3.5 years or more? Well, tonight, we've lost our G rating. Just because we're doing this in honor of The Hobbit getting an R rating, we're doing this. Because The Hobbit got an R rating, Torn Tuesday gets a motherfucking R rating as well, just so you know. Now, I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is.
Oh wait,
yeah.
is it, okay. Is this
John, you're
also
so
dumb?
awesome. You're so awesome.
I'm watching
Cheers,
the
by the way.
fucking. I'm watching this
Cheers.
Tolkien thing.
Yeah.
All right, so the edit. Obviously, I'm watching this hack to shit fan edit.
And I haven't seen that fan edit, so
Okay.
you got to tell me what you saw.
It's pretty choppy. So they get to Mirkwood, and then
Yeah.
Legolas shows up for like out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't. My mind's a little foggy. Isn't Legolas a high elf?
No.
He's a wood elf.
Legolas and his
He's blonde.
Sylvan
Say other-
elves. Okay? Now, there's a word in the English language to describe a group of trees. It's called sylvan. It's an adjective to describe, arboreal quality of trees and woods. And Tolkien used that word to describe the wood elves. Obviously, if they're not wood elves, they're called sylvan elves. Okay? The elves in Mirkwood never left Middle-earth when all of the Eldar were given the call to go to Valinor and experience the light of the two trees. Before the two trees were destroyed by Morgoth and that evil motherfucking giant spider, Ungoliant. Hey, you missed me one. Give me a counter for that one.
We got it.
Good, then give me another one.
How can you tell what they're doing?
Cause every time I do that, they press the button.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Now, here's the thing. Those elves that stuck around in Middle-earth and never saw the light of the trees and never experienced the Blessed Realm were considered, in a metaphysical way, they were considered lesser elves.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they did not experience the bliss of
Does that encompass
paradise.
Because that's all elves on Middle Earth.
All the elves at Middle-earth who stayed in Middle-earth and never went to
So
Valinor.
in the time of Lord of the Rings, we're all elves. Basically, all elves on the planet are.
Galadriel, Elrond,
Yeah,
and the
they're-
guy...
They are all lesser elves because they never went to Valinor.
No, they were Noldor. They did participate in all the things that happened in the Silmarillion, and they were there in Valinor. And it's really, really hardcore what happens with the Silmarils and all that stuff. If you haven't read it yet, I know you're gonna love it. You're gonna really, really love it. But the thing about Thranduil, played by Lee Pace, Thranduil and his son Legolas, they're responsible for creating a kingdom where they gathered together a lot of those elves who decided not to immigrate and go all the way over to Valinor. And they're just living there in the woods, but totally isolationist political policy. They don't want to get involved in anybody's business, but they have, gotten into trade with Lake Town for
Yeah.
trading food, wine, things that they trade, fish. But the thing is that Legolas shows up out of nowhere in the movie.
Yeah, I noticed that,
when
yeah.
Professor Tolkien had not even dreamed him up yet when he wrote The Hobbit.
Yeah.
And
But it's not that crazy that he would be there because I guess he's a wood elf.
yeah, we just assume.
Yeah, I always
So-
assumed he was a high elf.
Yeah.
Because that's like the normal ass elf.
Now, when you watch that edit, that
Yeah.
one that you saw, did you see the bit at the end of Battle of the Five Armies where Thranduil tells his son, "You need to go find this guy. He is the son of Arathorn.
No.
His name is Strider.
No.
He's a really, really cool guy. You've got to go meet him." So that wasn't in
No,
there.
no, no.
Okay. When we watched the normal version of Battle of the Five Armies, the movie comes to a screeching halt at the very end where his daddy elf tells his little son elf, "I know blah 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 that you're not blah 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 blah, but you've got to go and find Strider.
Yeah.
What his real name is, you have to learn for yourself." And for anybody who's watching this film, we know this is an open door to a side film. Do you know what I mean? It really is an open door
Holy shit!
to
Yeah,
what
probably.
I'm expecting. Warner Brothers is going to make an announcement before the year is over that they're going to make more movies in Middle Earth. Okay,
Yeah, they are.
really? Because I'll tell you what I know from somebody broke their non-disclosure agreement, and they told me
Uh-huh.
on the side that Warner Brothers is not done yet, and there's material in the appendix
God damn it, man.
that they have the right. Yeah, the goddamn appendix. Yes, I get another one for that. Thank you. The appendix has all this stuff in it, thousands of years of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So imagine what it would be like with Legolas and a young Aragorn having a buddy road film.
Sounds fucking terrible.
Doesn't it sound? Well, no, it could be interesting because it might
Oh, God,
incorporate.
This is too much.
It might
you can have
incorporate-
too much of a good thing.
Can you?
We don't need fucking.
But that's
we
why
don't
that
need
dialogue
22
is in there.
We don't need 22 Star Wars movies. I'd like fucking. Nowadays they'd probably like Green Eggs and Ham, like HBO 13-part fucking miniseries. Like, for God's sake, we don't need. You can have too much of a good thing. Like, Cat in the Hat. How did he get the hat? Oh, I wonder. Like, we don't need a fucking prequel to Cat in the Hat.
But the extended editions are a lot better than the theatrical ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, see, the Lord of the Rings, it makes sense. It's like, these are huge books. You can't put all this shit and all this lore, all this crazy crap on the screen. It's like, here you go, fucking nerds. You want 4 hours? Fuck yeah. It's like, hell yeah, I'll sit at home, watch this. But like, Hobbit, man, this book, it's like
Okay.
whole books fit in a 90-minute cartoon.
Okay. Idril has corrected me. They're Sindarin elves, not Sylvan.
Oh shit!
Nice to be corrected.
Wait, so then
Nice to be corrected.
excuse me, sir, and itchy and scratchy number is fucking.
John.
Would it be bullshit that fucking that Legolas is hanging with the dirty ass wood elves?
Well,
Because also, even in the fan edit, I don't know what it is like the movie. He just shows up from one shot. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I was like, what the hell is he doing here, man?
he shows up out of nowhere to give the action sequence a bit of a bump. That's what he's there for.
Oh, man.
In the book, it happens so differently. The elves are having a campfire in the nighttime, and they're roasting beef and chicken and having a big outdoor cooking barbecue. The dwarves, who have been stuck in Mirkwood for so many weeks, are starving. They're out of supplies. They have no food. And as you might remember from reading the book, one of the dwarves gets sent to go into the circle of the fire and say, "Hey, help us! We're here! We're stumbling through the woods and we're starving." And then instantly, all the lights in the fire are extinguished and all the elves vanish. And the dwarf is left standing there. Where are they? Where are they? Okay? And that happens, I think, twice. And Thranduil, the Elven King, accuses the dwarves of coming to attack or steal food or attack their people. And they're just stumbling into the campfire circle to try to get some food. And
I think it's all these are very foggy for me, but that was actually my favorite parts of reading the book as a kid, like Mirkwood. I was like, oh, shit, this is so cool.
in this version of the film, the spiders are attacking, and it becomes such a big hostile fight with the spiders. In the book, Bilbo is the only one who saves all the dwarves from the spiders. Now in the film, it's the elves
That's the fan
and
edit,
Evangeline Lilly who come and save the day.
The fan edit's only Bilbo.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, see? That's better. Okay, so it's only Bilbo who's dealing with the spiders?
It's really fucking choppy. It's like he kills one and then just cuts to him going
And that's why
you know.
Legolas shows up all of a sudden out of nowhere, because they chopped out the sequence where the elves are fighting the spiders to help the dwarves.
These movies, I don't know if I could really watch these movies.
Okay.
Also, you know what I don't like of these newer movies is these Avengers level powers of everyone fighting. You know, everyone's doing this like 25 backflip shoot guy here. It's like there's nothing in Tolkien books that are like retarded like that. It's like they're all very grounded and really cool. It feels really magical and very real to have. No one's like throwing a spear and like sliding down a shield and like hitting one guy. It's fucking silly.
Oh, there's so many outrageous kills that Legolas gets more and more and more of them as the movies go on. Yes, I can turn on Skype. If you guys want me to turn on Skype, I'll turn on Skype for you. That sounds excellent. I'm excited about the extended editions only because they include the most necessary things that really should have been in the film in the first damn place. For example, Thorin doesn't even get a funeral in the film. All right,
Really, they were stretching for time though. Isn't that kind of weird?
But Battle of the Five Armies was the shortest of all films that Peter Jackson's made.
Yeah. Well,
In
no.
Middle Earth.
Meet Middle Earth.
Yeah, Meet the Feebles.
It was
Yeah,
like
but
90 minutes.
of his Middle Earth films, that's it. But I'm seriously, you guys, no funeral for Dumbledore, no funeral for Thorin. Now the extended edition allegedly will fix that, and we will get a funeral scene.
Are these extended editions, are these cutting scenes that were cut, or did they actually refilm shit?
They were extra scenes that were shot and not included in the theatrical version. I can't believe it's only 19 minutes longer. Justin, why did all the European websites say that they're reporting a 30-minute extended cut?
Because that's what Peter Jackson said in some interview a year and a half ago or a year ago. You know, like.
I mean,
wait till
another
you see
hour, man. Like how?
Yeah.
How
The
long is
official-
this?
they-
How long
they
is this
submitted
battle?
it to the MPAA at a certain running time, and it's only 19 minutes longer, and it got a rated R.
Only 19 minutes longer, and it got a rated R.
Feely gets his.
Huh?
Yeah,
Feely gets his head chopped off?
straight up, close frame.
See, that seems like a weird tonal
How
thing.
did he
'cause,
die
like,
in the film? How did he die in the theatrical film? He gets
Azog has him. Or
is
Balg-
holding him. Balg is holding him, or Azog's guys are
he
holding him.
throws him on the ground.
Yeah.
On the cliff. In the theatrical, his body just falls. But in the extended edition, you see him.
See, in the fan edit, it's really weird to save time.
Yeah.
Bilbo gets like knocked out, and then they show this like slow mo like music, like Ron, like sound drops out like of every like major character like going down, and there's this horrible slow shutter, which I doubt was in the original. Maybe it was. It seems like this weird, terrible stylistic choice, and then it just comes back. The fucking fan edit was choppity city. Like it did a lot of parts.
They
It's really
went
fucking
overkill
train
with
wreck.
the-
Yeah.
Chippity chop.
But I'm not sure though. I wonder if these scenes are constructed so fucking weird. There's no way to get around it.
Everyone says that I'm fucking way behind in the fucking swear chart, so I'm gonna have to fucking get my fucking game up. Just saying, so I can keep up with you, John. It's just I'm having a good time. Sorry, guys. This is Torn Tuesday R-rated edition because of the R-rated Hobbit. I get a feeling that there's been a weirdness with the MPAA for many years. If you saw that documentary about how the Motion Picture Association puts ratings,
Oh yeah, there's
on
no
films?
rhyme or reason. Yeah.
yeah, 'cause I think the movie was called "This Film Is Not Yet Rated."
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That's the one. And it seems that any kind of sexuality or sexual experiences that are shown on screen gets you an NC-17
Oh, no
or
problem.
an X.
Yeah, immediately.
But all kinds of violence, gratuitous or otherwise, are usually acceptable to get a PG-13 or an R. But now, in this post-9/11 world, we also have to keep in mind that we're living in a fear of ISIS world. Okay? So the idea of beheadings or anything like this, I'm getting this weird vibe that the MPAA is starting to demonize the kind of violence that Western audiences might see reflected in a grisly way in the news headlines or in other parts of the world.
You know, the thing is, I don't even know why there is still a PG-13 on basic cable, like Walking Dead, every Sunday. Motherfuckers, like, the craziest NC-7 X-rated gore from our childhood. Jaws being fucking ripped off.
Yeah.
It is so gnarly. It's, like, really disgusting. It's like, and
Yeah.
the kids are watching this on TV, and they go PG-13. Makes no sense.
Really?
Yeah, zero fucking sense. Or, like, make it make sense across the board. I cannot believe, like, you can put the most extreme violence on regular-ass cable. It's, like, not a big deal. And if you're gonna do that, so just, you can show boobs. Like, it's way less crazy than a fucking jaw getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Is that so wrong?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Well, some of our staff on the OneRing.net were debating internally, and they were saying maybe the MPAA is starting to get a little bit more sensitive about the kinds of violence that are being shown in family films like The Hobbit, and that's why they wanted to put an R on it, because they thought, appropriately, that kids are going to be watching The Hobbit, and we're seeing more beheadings. This isn't cool. Let's put an R on it.
I mean, I'm assuming with the extended, they're probably just like, all right, everyone's watching this movie. They're going 4 hours in. You just want more shit. Let's probably add digital. Let's make it gnarlier. Let's give you an R.
Yeah.
You want an R. Because wasn't that the thing with the extended? The Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings, they're like, we're going to make it R. And I was like, yeah!
I would have loved an R-rated Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings is the story that should have gone to an R rating. It really should have
You can't with that
and
much money.
could have.
It's too much money.
But they didn't. They never did.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
never, ever did. But The Hobbit, innocent little golden-colored Hobbit children's story, gets the R.
It's great. That's what I love about it. That's the weirdest
Weird.
thing. Obviously, which he didn't see. I mean, Jared Tolkien, he wrote that. He wrote that kind of like this fun story. Then he like turned that later, retconned into this like big serious story. But that's the thing. That seems weird to me. I'm watching the fan edit. Like, if there's just like endless battles, are there these massive tonal shifts in the movie? Of it being like super serious. The
movie-
when it gets to the Hobbit, like we're singing songs.
The
I'm
movie-
like, la la la, fun shit.
In the 3 Hobbit movies, there is not really a tonal shift until you get into Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah.
The first Hobbit movie is just fun. The trolls are being stupid. They're snot
Yeah,
jokes.
it's all goofy and funny.
It's
I'm like,
goofy.
fine.
It
You know,
gets goofy.
The book's really lighthearted.
And when Gandalf faces down the Great Goblin, he's like, "What are you going to do now, wizard?" He slices his belly open, and the Goblin says, "That'll do it." And then he falls down and
really,
he dies.
They
So-
cut that out. of the
They
fan
cut that out?
edit.
They cut that out? Really? Oh, so the fan edit has the removal of that now famous goofy line of dialogue.
Was it really bad? It must have been.
No,
That's what I was
it-
cut out.
It was
Oh
cartoony.
shit! Sorry.
It was cartoony. It's as cartoony as Radagast pulling a stick insect out of his mouth or blowing smoke out of his ears.
Yeah.
Like an old Terry Toons cartoon that Ralph Bakshi would have animated back in the 60s. But as it turns out, tonal shift in The Hobbit, the book version of The Hobbit, does not ever really happen until you get to Lake Town. By the time you get out of captivity, where the dwarves were captive by Thranduil, and they get out of Mirkwood, all of a sudden they get to Lake Town, and the things start to get more geopolitical, where Tolkien wants to give us more details. And the tone of the story from The Hobbit is children's book. At the very end, the last 4 or 5 chapters of The Hobbit become Lord of the Rings-ish.
Yeah.
Just the last
No-
4 or
no
5
songs
chapters.
in the book or anything?
Huh?
No songs or anything?
There's plenty
the
of songs.
book sings your ass off. Lord of the Rings sings your ass off.
Lord of the
Singing
Rings
all
will
the
sing
time.
your ass off,
That's
for
what you
sure,
did back
for
then.
sure.
That's why they had a bard. You just carried a guy around just to sing around,
So
sing
my
about you.
question is this extended edition third Hobbit movie with the rated R, is that the final insult to Tolkien?
To many fans, it is the final
Didn't his
insult to
son write
Tolkien.
this essay like, Jesus Christ, like this is fucking terrible, right? Didn't Christopher Tolkien write this like
In the
tirade? I read that.
In the French newspaper where he was interviewed,
Yeah.
yes, he said, "We hate these films, and they've ruined my father's work."
You know,
he felt that all of Peter Jackson's efforts have diminished the legacy of his father. That's what Christopher Tolkien thinks.
you know, it's an incredible. It's such a feat that the movies are made and were successful and they actually work because those are
Yep.
really hard books to adapt. There's some weird stuff. I mean, I don't want to say it's totally. The Hobbit thing is crazy. Like it's like
Yeah.
3-hour movies of that. And also, it's funny about that. If they probably have the rights to Christopher Tolkien's like the books that he like tried to finish of his dad.
Yeah.
They're gonna adapt all those in this fucking endless fucking like.
They don't have the
movies.
licensing for that.
Oh really?
Christopher Tolkien will not allow those books to
Did
be
you
licensed.
read those things?
Yep, I've read everything.
Are they bad? Like
No,
are
no,
they worth it? Like
no.
what the fuck happens?
Well,
Like,
what
what do you tell? You know?
Well, what you're looking at is early drafts and other manuscripts that Tolkien never finished, where he's trying to formalize and finish his stories. And Christopher Tolkien had just published these books, so you can get a big picture window into Tolkien's mind
Yeah.
and his creative process, and you can see what the unfinished drafts were like, and how Tolkien changed his mind over and over and over again. Check this out. When he wrote The Lord of the Rings, Tolkien wrote 3 or 4 fucking chapters and then crumpled up all the paper and threw it all away. By the time the hobbits had left the Shire and were about to go and meet Strider and Bree,
Yeah.
he stopped everything and crumpled the paper up and threw it all away, and he rewrote again. And then he would go back and rewrite again. 15 years is how long it took Professor Tolkien. Some people say 17 years. 15 years is how long Tolkien took to write the goddamn Lord of the Rings.
I think
15 years.
It's fucking long, and there's all this lore, all this crap. Most of that shit had never barely existed before.
Yeah.
He created most of those concepts, so I'm sure that would have been like,
He
I
did.
don't know, is this a good
First
idea?
first time ever.
Yeah.
That kind of high romance had been put out at that level.
So what am I supposed to tell my kids if I'm reading them the Hobbit book at 6 years old, and they say, "Oh, can I watch a movie?" And I'm like, "Rated R."
That's hard call. If
Well,
you're a parent,
Well, see,
how are you
gonna
going to show your
kid
6-year-old
a
an R-rated film?
4-hour movie? Are you insane? You
right.
gotta watch the extended edition, son. Widescreen. You know, like what? 4 hours? Show him the cartoon. The 90-minute cartoon was better than the fan edit I just watched. Told the story better. The mood, I enjoyed the cartoon much more.
Whoa. At the SIGGRAPH 2015 trade show, it looks like Weta has already shown the first clips of the extended edition of Battle of the Five Armies. Thank you, Ustreamer900, for letting us know that. We didn't even realize. Skype is open. If you guys want to talk with us, we've got Skype open right here, right now. I'm just launching it right now. Boom. Skype.
So you guys were talking about Dragon Dice earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we were talking about Dragon Dice earlier, just a bit. Okay.
I was very impressed that you are a Dragon Dice player. Currently, still.
I wish I...
Master of
Yeah.
Dragon Dice.
I'm actually the Southern California rep for the company. I
Holy
represent the
shit.
game.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
I run all the events for Dragon Dice at the local gamers convention, and believe it or not, I am the Western Regional Champion of the United States
Oh, shit.
of Dragon Dice. Yes, that's right.
like the fucking mafia. No, you told me this.
No, seriously. If I'm gonna fucking geek out, I'm gonna geek out all the fucking
Right
way.
before I came
I'm
on
just
here,
saying.
we were talking about new stuff going on, and he was like, "Well, you know, I was playing some Dragon Dice." I was like, "Dragon Dice? Like that's still around? Like,
Didn't
apparently-
that game destroy TSR?
That's
Which
what I
a
said.
popular
He's
myth.
imitating me.
It's an urban
He
legend.
can explain to you what did really happen.
What
Can I
happened-
repeat my joke? I thought it was a good one. Oh, I already ruined it. All right. So,
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can, dude.
okay. Actually, tell me you didn't finish the story. Like, what did ruin TSR?
Okay, TSR got ruined by really bad financial decisions, and they could not get products in the marketplace to keep up with what other game companies were doing. And they thought that to get out of their situation with their creditors, they thought it would be best if they had the company absorbed by Wizards of the Coast. That would pay off their debts, pay off their creditors.
Well, why do they have the debts? Because basically, because TSR was killing in the '70s, killing in the '80s, even the '90s, man. Like
Bad business decisions.
Because you know what I wonder is there's just not enough shit. What's so great about D&D is my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
You like buy 3 books, you're pretty much set. You might buy a little thing here and there and some accessories, but you're fucking set. It doesn't cost any fucking money. Magic, you're just throwing money out all day, whatever bullshit.
That's the thing. Magic the Gathering is the very first time that a collectible card game format, now known as CCGs, those CCGs have fucking taken over the whole gaming industry. Gone are the days when you can get all the components of one game in one box. It's just gone. It doesn't do that anymore. The popular thing about Dragon Dice was that Dragon Dice was a finite set. There was only so many dice, and there aren't any more. Magic keeps coming out with more and more, and every year there's another core set and more expansions. And then they change the rules of the tournaments so that you're not allowed to play with older cards
that's
to
the way-
force you
yeah.
to fucking buy the new
Of course,
cards.
of course.
Excuse the fuck out of me? Am I a college kid with an endless, fucking bank account to buy millions of Magic cards? Anyways, I love
A lot of
Magic.
adults playing this Magic right now.
If you do become a professional Magic the Gathering player, and if you go down to Brazil or any of those other countries where they have world tournaments with large cash prizes, we're talking 6 figures.
That's crazy.
You could win $120,000 large tournament prize.
$1 billion.
No, any country around the world will host the Magic the Gathering tournament. Sometimes it's in Tokyo, sometimes it's in Rio de Janeiro, sometimes it's in Dresden. I don't know, but Magic the Gathering has a world tournament, and the cash purse for those champions of Magic are out of control. It's out of control how much money you can pay for all of your college loans if you're the best Magic player in the world. It's true.
But yeah, I was very, very impressed you play Dragon Dice.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I love Dragon Dice. It's really fun. It's a really fun game. The idea with a collectible card game is that you would build a deck of cards based upon lots of cards available, and you'd customize your deck of playing to a certain game. With Dragon Dice game, you customize the dice that you want to play with, and you roll the dice to make battle armies battle each other on the tabletop with just the dice representing what would otherwise be a miniature game.
Actually, did you ever play Warhammer and shit?
No, but I have a lot of friends who do play Warhammer.
That was the best part of the Battle of the Fire Armies part of the
Yeah.
Hobbit. I was like, this looks like fucking Warhammer Fantasy, man. That's like pretty sweet.
It did look a lot like Warhammer.
That's the most expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe worse than Magic. That's a pain in the ass, the hobby of nerd shit.
Anything from a non-ringer on what they thought the movie was like? Exactly. I'm trying to see that. Let's see. Watch the Rankin Bass. Yeah, that's right, Idro. If you want your children to enjoy the Hobbit movie, you're going to have to go back to 1977 and watch The Hobbit from Rankin Bass Animation.
That Hobbit cartoon
is wonderful.
And not seeing it, but seeing the box of the Lord of the Rings cartoon and hearing about it, that's what got me into Tolkien.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I was like really little.
You just saw the box.
I saw the box. My buddy's like, we should watch Lord of the Rings. We need to get enough time to see it. And I saw the box. And he's like, it's about Frodo. And he does this. And I was like, that sounds like the best thing I've ever heard.
Cool.
And then later I was reading The Hobbit. And someone's like, that's the guy from Lord of the Rings. I'm like, Lord of the Rings? Oh, I remember that from before. And then I saw that Hobbit cartoon. And then I read Lord of the Rings.
Awesome.
So like that the shit all works. Like in my head. It always been in my head, yeah.
Have you ever seen
Also, wasn't there a fucking Lord of the Rings collectible card game?
Yes.
I remember that shit. That also was in my head.
I have it. I was an original playtester for The Lord of the Rings. And the Lord of the Rings trading card game, which was published by Decipher, okay? They needed to come up with names for the Nazgul. Oh, that's the new game.
That's new. I'm talking the old ass one. I'm talking the 90s shit, man. This is like the time of. There was that Asian card game, Lord of the Three Rings. There was the werewolf game. There was the fucking Lord of the Rings game.
The Lord of the Rings card game came out in 2001, 2002.
No, wasn't it before? Oh, maybe it was that time.
They did come out when the films came out because they had licensed.
Wasn't there one before, though? Or did it have hand illustrations for this one?
They were all photographs from the film.
There's one before that. There was a
That
hand
was-
illustration
That
one.
was Iron Crown Enterprises publishing Middle Earth collectible card game.
That was it. That's
Yes.
the one I saw.
That's
Okay.
a really hard game to play. It's a
I never
hard
played
game.
it. I would just go to the fucking
intense.
nerd store and I'd see that and I'd be like, oh man, that's the Frodo guy. I got to read that book.
John, you were so beating me on the curse counter.
Oh, I'm not trying to.
Isn't John beating me on the swear counter by like a mile?
It's Peter Jackson made us do it. We're trying to extend this edition
All
right
right,
here.
let's see.
This episode dedicated to Peter.
The funny thing about these card games. Now, this box that Justin was about to show you,
Uh-huh.
the Lord of the Rings card game, they come out with expansion packets and little, decks of adventure cards.
That's the way it works. What if there was a cocaine that worked like Dragon Dice? Like, nah, man, you get these 8 bags of coke and you can just rearrange them for whatever the fuck you want. Like,
It's
you
a-
never buy another
Oh,
one.
yes, look, it's a deck building game.
Yeah, yeah.
Which means you have to build a deck and you have to buy more and more and more and more cards.
Maybe
build
that's
a
why
deck.
TSR went down. It had so many fans, but you pay the money and you're done. That's why I love what D&D. I think is the best hobby. It's like it doesn't ask
D&D
any fucking money from you.
What the new edition of D&D is fantastic. The
I
new
like it very
edition.
much.
Oh yes.
Except
yes,
that it gives
yes, it's
every
great.
player Avengers like superhero, but it's a sign of the times. The kids grow up, but they don't want no bullshit being killed by a goblin. You're like
Yeah.
jumping,
yeah.
flipping, all this
Yeah.
dumb shit. But it's still great. It's really great. I really like it. Let me get you. I've been
Check your Skype. People are trying to.
Oh, sorry, we got Skype.
Skype is open, but no one has contacted me in the past.
In as the One Ring or
I'm logged in as myself, but I'm not connected.
I don't know if that is crossover with the OneRing.net PR. I assume it does.
Why am I not
D&D
connected?
5th Edition is a lot of fun. I'm super into it.
Okay, so I need to log in as a different account, right? Barlaman Butterbur. I need to log in as Barlaman, don't I? Okay, guys. If I'm gonna log in, open up Skype, I guess I better, Okay, how am I gonna do this? Add people, add number.
Oh my gosh.
This is the tablet version of Skype, so it's weird. It's not the same as on my phone. I can't seem to change the account.
Are you touring?
Oh yeah, we haven't announced the dates yet. It's later in the fall, but yeah, we're playing FYF. You're going to FYF, we'll be there. Touring Europe very soon. If any, I'm sure there's plenty of European fans listening too. Those are announced. Please check.
Thank you for this. Thank you, guys. All right. Did you really get the feeling that Peter Jackson was trying to take a tabletop game, Warhammer, and visualize it?
Probably because when we imagine medieval battles, actually I don't really know about this. Probably to read his history book. What do you think the numbers are? Were there that many people on the Earth? Like this shit is fucking massive. They probably had armies that big. I wonder. But like in Warhammer, you just have like the regiments, and they had like the Elvish regiment. All
Yeah.
they pissed me off is like the dwarves went down, and like the elves just run over the dwarves like fucking Crocodile Dundee 2. And I was like, what the fuck? That's just fucking stupid. Like no one's gonna run over your head. Why do they do that? That one was just weird to me.
No, actually, Sarah was asking what kind of music does Health make?
Just go. You got Google, you YouTube. You just type this in.
Type in.
What do you think? That's
Type in Health Death Magic and get a preview of the album. Listen, we're talking.
Actually, the whole thing's on. It's everywhere. People put it on
It's-
YouTube,
it's everywhere.
Spotify, you can hear it anywhere.
super, super, super cool. I think that you guys take electronic music and other instruments and other energy and put this great hybrid together. Really great hybrid.
Yeah, you see,
I love it.
in 98 there was like a theory. It was a hybrid theory.
Yeah.
That was a bad Linkin Park joke.
Your
It was a Linkin
music
Park
isn't-
joke. I'm sorry.
That's
your
funny.
Music, it doesn't fall into a category, but it's like universal because I've seen reviews on The Verge and like a bunch of tech blogs and Fader and
That's sweet. I don't know if that's because of Max Payne or what, but that's pretty
What,
sweet.
Max-
That's really cool.
Oh, you did the soundtrack.
Yeah, we did the score for Max Payne 3.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe that's why tech people would cover it, which is really cool that they do.
Ooh, I never thought of that.
Health. Death Magic. Video premiere. Health.
Oh yeah, this is
Pablo Ferro on their striking Death Magic film.
well, Pablo Ferro, he did.
Whoa, LA Times giving you this coverage from 2 days ago?
Motherfucker, we're in the New Yorker.
Wow.
Look it up. We got a New York article on this album.
Really?
Yeah. Type in Help
Really?
New Yorker. Yeah, man. It's a
New
high
Yorker?
brow in here.
Oh, wow, this is so great. New Yorker?
Yeah.
Cliff thought you were just a geek.
Well, yeah, too. I mean,
How
also,
How noise became music.
that's a New Yorker, man.
That's legit.
Now that mainstream pop is getting louder, is what it said.
Oh, whatever. It's an
This is
article.
great. This is so great.
But it's a New Yorker. Come on.
You really have this huge article in the New Yorker. It's fantastic. Is that you with your hair?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Oh, I love it, dude. You guys, this is really, really cool. This is really, 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 really cool. We live in the loudest of times.
Don't read this shit. We're saying the
I know we're live, but I have to see this. This is so great. Los Angeles band Health has always been very loud. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Someone says your band has always been very loud. Well, that's the essence of rock and roll and popular music. It should be loud. Okay.
Would you say
Yeah, actually, I'm quoting Flea right here. LA to the bone. In a different
to
way.
the bone.
We're not like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but we are LA to the bone.
Skype isn't open. Okay, I'm gonna try to open up Skype.
Justin, we need your help. We need the
Justin, here's my
tech work
Skype.
here.
So you just tell me how to open up a different account aside from the one that
Taking your calls.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I love the fact that I can talk to my guest John about hardcore Tolkien details, really hardcore stuff. I can talk about music. I can talk about the music history, things that are changing in the music industry. But now we're going to talk about things that are changing in the fantasy and science fiction industry. We've made a lot of talk on this show about how motion pictures in general are really getting shifted over in a different way because the studios have a policy of world building a franchise, and then they want to keep that franchise
crazy.
as a balloon
Yeah.
and make as many films as they can within that cinematic universe.
Yeah, like Star Wars, like get ready, like we're about to have the fucking
3 more Star Wars
avalanche.
films and then offshoot films.
Like, was it Boba Fett film?
Yep.
Rogue Squadron.
Yep.
Like it's gonna be
Rogue
fucking-
Squadron.
fucking
Then there's
endless.
going to be the 3 Harry Potter films, which are side
Wait,
films.
really? What?
Yep. Oh yeah, John.
Sorry,
did
sorry.
you know? Did you even know this?
No,
did you
I
know
didn't.
this?
I didn't even fucking know. My God, like, fuck, man. You know what I hate? Like, okay, I love Lord of the Rings. I fucking love this shit like to death. I never read the side shit. You know what I'm in a band? You know what I don't do? Buy the fucking B-sides collection because I don't give a shit.
I love if any band puts out a B-sides collection, I'm the first to buy it.
That's not me. I don't want.
I love it.
I don't want the Lando Calrissian comic standalone adventure. I don't fucking care. I want.
There's one downstairs on the shelf.
Really, I want the goddamn main chorus.
Yeah.
I don't want all the fucking bullshit on the side.
You don't want more Star Wars movies of like.
Not if there's shit. I don't need to know every single thing that
Wow.
happened. Because if you read like the Star Wars books, you read them and there'll be a whole fucking side story of like the stormtrooper who goes, "Look, sir, droids," and it's this stupid fucking story of how he came in contact with this, and later he decides to go against the Empire, and this retarded shit. Not every person in the fucking movie was important. There's fucking they're worthless people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I don't want
That's
to.
excellent.
Also, it does take away the magic from things when you need to know exactly in every way how they're created. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't need to know every fucking thing.
I know exactly what you mean. Well,
Also, here's the thing. Okay, Lord of the Rings. What's the magic of Lord of the Rings is the fucking mystery. There's all this vagary. It's like the Bible. It's like it's weird. Like you don't, especially when you're reading this book.
that there's some things not entirely explained.
You
gives it more
don't
oomph.
get it too when you read it. It's kind of clunky, and you're just like something happens. It's like the Bible. I think he was basing a lot about the Bible, and the Bible.
Yeah.
To be honest, the
Well-
Bible's a really shitty book, and it's really poorly written. And you read it, it's like really fucking vague, but it gives it this fucking like weight. And Lord of the Rings had this weird clunkiness, or especially when you're a kid, you have a hard time reading the pages, and it gave this weird like otherworldly presence to what happened.
Yeah.
Gandalf and how mysterious the magic was. You don't picture a guy like shooting a fireball, just sort of like this thing happened, And it's kind of like old world and ancient. It gave this like really magic tome. If I get to know like here's the story of how Gandalf got this staff and became Gandalf the Grey, I'm like, oh fucking great. And I get this like then also you start to get this soap opera fatigue. I'm like, is Gandalf fucking bored that he's here because he's been through so many adventures before? And also there's like a tone thing too, like in the Hobbit with the movies, it's like all this stuff like later, obviously Tolkien didn't decide this till fucking way later, but like when you read the Silmarillion stuff, it's like, oh no, Gandalf is actually not human. He's like, what is it, Maiar or is it Violet? He's like technically a
Maiar.
Yeah, Maiar. He's a Maiar. They're taller than regular people and they're immortal and they're like this and blah blah blah. And then so when I'm watching the Hobbit and it's like when he's talking to the whatever the fucking one guy and like, oh, are you nervous? I'm like, is he fucking nervous? He's like 10,000 years old. When he wrote The Hobbit, he wasn't thinking of all this other shit that fucks up your own story. If you over-explain shit, it fucking ruins it,
Yeah.
I don't want to question. Obviously, I really don't like the original idea. It's like you got a ring, makes him invisible. That's fucking awesome. Later, it's like, oh, by the way, this ring is like the one ring. I'm like, that's
And it's
really
evil,
cool.
and it's the
that's
source
really rad.
of
He
Sauron's
figured that
will,
out, and
yeah.
it's actually awesome.
Yeah.
But like, if you know that the first thing you spread out the first story, it's like you overthink it. It sucks. Same thing like Star Wars. It's like Luke, I am your father. Like they did not plan that from the beginning. It actually makes no fucking sense. It did work, and it's cool. But it's like if you try to make this huge thing and you explain every fucking thing, it falls apart unless it's fucking crapulence,
I get
Ugh,
it. I
yeah.
get what you're saying. I get the feeling that because the Hollywood studios are moving their business model in a very
yeah.
specific direction, that middle-size films and smaller-size films are going to suffer.
They're gone already. There's
They're
no
gone.
indie films.
Yeah,
The only films
unless
like
you can
with
crowdsource it on Indiegogo.
There are no films with an original concept anymore, other than a comedy. You can answer it.
Yeah, all right. Hey, all right. Spirited Book, are you there?
Hello.
Hey there. Hey, who's there? Yeah, it's working fine.
You're on there, buddy.
The camera's on. Is your camera on? There you are. Hey.
Hey, I'm looking at myself though. What the fuck? Come on, man.
Well, there you go, guys.
Hey.
That's us, picture in picture. Hey, good to
Hey.
see you. Happy birthday, by the way, Spirited Book.
Happy birthday. You look very young. I'm sorry for swearing.
Oh,
Like you don't know.
It's your birthday, dear?
These kids have porn on their phones. Who gives a shit what you say, man? It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, PG-13. Like it's so ridiculous.
Completely ridiculous.
No, you're great. You're great. I'm sorry. That was kind of more rhetorical, you know.
Getting to the Hobbit is like, oh my god, what's going on? Why is it like this?
Oh wait, so you're talking about the full length. See, I just watched the fan edit. Yeah, so like, okay, that just must be a problem with the whole movie. Like, okay, Wondering Community, like,
Yes.
do you guys love The Hobbit? Or is it less like a Star Wars prequel thing where everyone's
We
just
have a
like,
lot of mixed feelings about The Hobbit.
you know,
We have a lot of mixed feelings about The Hobbit. It depends upon who you ask, and generally the older fans are pissed off. The younger fans love it. Usually. That's the barometer.
but the younger fans who were only introduced through the movies.
Yes.
Who-
Well, the younger fans are introduced through the books and the movies, and they love it, even though it's got lots of stuff changed.
Uh-huh.
What do you guys think? All right, let's put the question to you, okay?
We've got some pretty mixed feelings between us about the Hobbit movie.
Really?
Okay, I would say it's safe to say that probably that pretty much everyone thinks it's bad because like I remember the Star Wars prequels came out, like everyone actually thought it was shit and everyone still does, but they're like the true believers. It's like you're a fucking Muslim or something or like Christian guy and you can't do it. Like they couldn't admit it. They're like, well, you know, it's pretty good. Like they find this weird like ways to rationalize it, but like they totally know it's bullshit.
Star Wars and Hobbit apologists.
Yeah, those people, like, come on. Like, I know you, goddamn, you're not any less
That's
of a
right.
Star Wars or Tolkien fan if you can admit something sucks or is ridiculous.
Star
Not everything
Wars-
is great, man. Sometimes shit sucks. Sometimes people fuck up.
Okay, the best stuff about the Hobbit films is that Peter Jackson did a really, really great job casting his actors. I mean, best job he ever did. Yes, agreed? Are we agreed on that? Okay.
I love Smaug was great.
Smaug, the voice of Smaug.
He talks too fucking much.
He-
Even in the fan edit, he's
even
flying
though-
and he's like, I am fire. I'm like, why the fuck are you saying that, man?
Yeah, he's
Do we
talking.
gotta give us
He's talking to nobody while Smaug is flying through the
Oh,
air.
actually, that
He's
was
talking to nobody.
Yeah, that's
right?
probably in the book. I bet someone's gonna get me on that.
It's not in the
I
book.
doubt it was. Yeah, I knew it wasn't. I
But-
knew it. I knew it was fucking stupid.
We love the art direction, and we love that we get to see these visual, beautiful things like Beorn's house or the insides of Erebor and the vast chambers underneath Erebor. But we do universally, we do have problems with the way the story was adapted. Do we not have these problems?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Here and there.
I mean, 9 hours
9 hours
out of a really. I
from a very slim children's
I
episodic book.
tore
right?
through that book in a few days because I loved it so much as like a kid. Like,
Yeah.
and it was not hard for me to read, and I was young. Like,
Yeah.
come on, three fucking hours, man.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Comics are like 20 pages, and now they're turning them into huge blockbusters.
I mean, aren't they adapting on
They
something?
are. That's true. Okay, so whose birthday is it? Spirited Book?
Yeah, he just ran away.
Why did he run away?
It is. It's just,
Why did he run away?
oh, his mom called him.
Oh.
We're at the house.
All right.
All right. Well, there you go. Hey, Mom. Say hi, Mom. Okay, so what did you want to ask us here on Torn Tuesday, my dear?
Oh, it was just about like the Hobbit rating. Oh, it's R now. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, of all things.
Well-
I mean, when I saw Curious George as a children's book, I never thought it would get adapted into a movie and get an R rating. I mean, come on. That's how I feel about it. It's a children's book.
Yeah, it's not. It's like it's a children's book. It's not supposed to be rated R. And there's the also thing about well, what is in it if it is rated R. How bad can it be?
Good question. Now, if the Battle of the Five Armies has more of Beorn as an angry giant bear clobbering the shit out of people. Thank you. I get one more for that. Okay. If there's a lot of thank you. Yay, I get one. If Beorn brings the damage to as many orcs as possible, a lot of fans are saying on Twitter that they think that's the best possible way to achieve an R is to have Beorn.
Those are the
going
fucking
crazy.
idiots. Wait, I'm sorry. Those are the fucking idiots who are like, yeah, Yoda fighting and fucking Attack the Clones is the shit, man. I always want to see Yoda fight. You know how stupid that is? The whole point is like Yoda's Jedi Master and he's this little piece of shit. And you're like, oh, that's weird. It wasn't what I was thinking of. It's like that's the point, man. It's like supposed to be fucking deep and profound. Not that he's gonna flip around with the fucking lightsaber. I would imagine someone who's really good at the Force would just like stop your heart immediately because they wouldn't do all this dumb bullshit with the sword. It's like you ever see more Baron fighting. It's like yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, but then I'm just reporting the news. That is what the fans are saying. The fans are saying they want to see Beorn rip orcs to shreds as a giant bear at the height of his anger would do. That's what. But you know,
I love orcs, man. I mean, that's the thing. That's what I liked about that Shadow Mordor game. It's like they have all this personality,
Yeah.
and you're just murdering them over and over. It's kind of you're actually the bad guy in that game, which I like. You're just this horrible dude murdering these guys
with the spirit of Celebrimbor in your body, right?
That's pretty ridiculous.
So you think the R rating is ridiculous?
I do, yes.
It's a children's book. It couldn't be an R-rating.
Well, what if Bilbo like does like a spinning like thing with Sting through some orc's ass and pops out his mouth, and it's like, yeah, baby, Bilbo really kicks ass now, not the lame Bilbo in the books doesn't fight anybody.
I would either stop the DVD or just walk out of the theater.
Just stop the DVD right there.
But will they still go see it on the big screen?
Oh, this is the ultimate question from Justin. Are you guys going to go see the theatrical showing of Battle of the Five Armies? Are you guys going to go to the theater to see the R-rated version of Battle of the Five Armies?
We're not allowed. We can't. We're not 18 yet, Cliff.
Are you
You
kidding
guys aren't
me?
18?
Are you fucking kidding
We're gonna
me?
go to jail now, man.
Yeah, I'm talking to you on Skype and you're underage. I'm going to go to jail. What's up with that?
This guy, like, you take any court of law just to show a photo of this guy, he's going to jail. Are you crazy?
I don't need that on my record, woman. I do not need
you want
that
to
on
end
my
this
record.
webcast overnight, Justin or this guy? One shot, jail. Under 18, my God, you guys are crazy.
You're fine. You're good.
To the line.
Okay, we're good? I know, huh? So, I think that the R rating just signifies that Peter is willing to mess with it, and he keeps messing with it. But it's not necessarily a good thing that the director keeps messing with it, or maybe it is. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it,
The final insult.
we must think it definitely a bad thing.
I think what he did, Desolation of Smog, I like that bit with, where he was, where the dwarves were running around. I like that bit. That was fun, where they ran around Erebor and Smog chased them. I
Yeah.
like that bit. I would have probably liked that better than,
You can play the Benny Hill theme in the background.
yeah, but it's still a good scene.
That's funny. You could play the goddamn Benny Hill theme over the dwarves running away from Smaug. That's funny. I love that. That's very funny. I'll take that. That's funny.
There's no theme to Annie's chasing.
How old are you today, Spirited
Oh,
Book?
God, don't-
How old are you
No
today?
more fucking evidence, dude, and we're on camera.
16 and I turned 16.
Holy shit.
Well, you know what they say. 16 will get you 20. That's what they say.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. We're just making jokes here. Hey,
it was good to know
it's
you guys.
okay. We got it. Okay. Thank you for coming on to the show, and thank you for coming to us tonight. Happy birthday, Spirited Book. You guys take care of yourselves. Yeah, cheerio. Have a really good night. Okay, bye for now.
Wait, I saw a question for myself.
Now, look at this. John, what do you think of Lightning Bolt? I put Health and Them in the same category of abrasive, difficult to get into music, but actually has genius melodies hidden under the surface.
Lightning Bolt is actually a band that changed my life when I was in high school. I
Yeah?
saw a show that was
opening was the Blood Brothers, and then it was then it was Lightning Bolt, Airborne Radar. No, sorry. Airborne Radar, Lightning Bolt, then The Locust. And that show changed my mind, and overnight I was like, I need to make a band right now. So, yeah. We play with them a bunch. Like, I'm a huge fan of Lightning Bolt.
Cool. I'm gonna have to pick up on that. I'm gonna have to listen.
You really have to see them live. It's like they play on on the floor.
Yeah.
There's massive stacks. It's really, really, really awesome. Awesome experience.
So, another fans are talking in the chat room about Narnia films. Now we're talking about Narnia films, okay? The Narnia films were an interesting effort, but they're not making any more. They only made 3 out of the 7, and it's done. There's no more.
That means they did not do so well.
That means they didn't. The first film, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, did very well. Prince Caspian, which was a better movie, did not do financially as well. And the third film, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which was crap, did very badly. At
Okay,
the
what
theater.
about the ones they showed on
So-
PBS in the 90s?
Those were interesting.
Those are good.
Those
I
were
think.
interesting,
I don't know. I was
yeah.
pretty young. I remember those as being really good. I guess they probably weren't, but they got me.
What?
Wait a minute. Idril says I'm cautiously excited for the Silver Chair. Do you mean they're gonna make the Silver Chair? Are they gonna make more Narnia films?
What was Silver
Have you
Chair?
heard about this?
What was Silver Chair's hit? Is it Runaway Train? That's a different band.
Oh, no.
Runaway Train.
No, that's not Silver Chair.
never
What the fuck's
coming back.
what's Silver Chair? They're the Australian grunge band. All right, so we'll put Justin on it. Sorry.
The Australian grunge band. You
Silver
mean-
Chair. Weren't they from
I
Australia?
remember Silver Chair. They had a little tree frog on
Frog
the
Stomp. Frog Stomp.
Frog Stomp on their album. Yeah.
What's their hit? What's the hit song?
That was good. They were really, really good. They
Okay,
were
sorry,
really
I
good.
didn't mean to butt up. That's them?
That's funny. Okay, here's the thing. Lord of the Rings movies may be done, and the Hobbit movies may be done. But Warner Brothers is not done. I went to a screening of Age of Ultron. Okay? I was there by special invitation with the Visual Effects Society. In the audience were all business people who work for different visual effects companies.
Yeah.
One of them saw me wearing this fucking t-shirt. Thank you. I get another point for that F-bomb. Okay?
I get it.
Thank you.
Take this call.
And he said, "Oh, you're with the OneRing.net? Oh, I've got something to tell you. Warner Brothers isn't done with those." And then he went, and he stopped and he said, "Oh, shit. I just broke my non-disclosure agreement." And then he turned away and he went, "Oh," and he sat down in fear. Because
Oh,
he
shit.
saw me wearing the OneRing.net, and he knew I was going to start talking about it online.
Like you are right now.
And I have been talking about it online. I even talked about it at Comic-Con, okay? When somebody who works in the visual effects business as a vendor, he does 3D conversions of 2D films. That was his job.
What is that? Oh.
So he found out that
He
basically said-
his boss's name and his wife's maiden.
he said everything except for his social security number and his batting average and his wife's maiden name. He said everything but that, okay? Just, yeah, exactly. He said, "Did you know that Warner Brothers isn't quite done yet?" And then he went, "Oops." And he because he did it so stupidly,
Yeah.
I realized that I was onto a news story. Because
so
he said
is
that.
there going to be the Silmarillion movie?
No, the Silmarillion is a separate book where the rights to that book are controlled by the family. Tolkien's literary estate.
I gotta say, it's probably a good idea because that would be the worst movie ever.
They won't. Well, the Silmarillion should be extended to a long
Okay,
anthology
an HBO series.
an anthology
a really
TV
bizarre
series. Yeah.
HBO series where you're like,
Yep.
why
Agreed.
am I watching the Bible but weird?
The weird elf and dwarf Bible.
I mean,
which
I
is
loved
the Silmarillion.
loved
yeah.
reading it, but that's one book and I'm like, I don't need to see this in fucking in a movie. The only parts that are like movie-ish is like when they like fight.
Cliff, they are making the Silver Chair, but they can't start filming until 2017. Congrats, Cliff, you ended a career. Well, god damn it. Give me some more points on my fucking swear jar. Because everyone is telling me that I'm way, way, way behind. Anyways, okay. The thing that we were just talking about, because I've had 4 or 5 beers now. I've had 4 beers now, so I'm not quite where I was at the beginning of the show, but I'll keep up with you, okay? When these movie companies are throwing millions of dollars into a film,
yeah.
okay, the studios don't want to mess around with iffy chances.
Of
They
course
don't want
not. You
any
can't.
iffy chances. They want everything to be a solid gold hit. Peter Jackson took the biggest risk in the year 1999
Oh, it's
when
crazy.
he tried to make all 3 movies at the same time without any guarantee that the Fellowship of the Ring was going to be box office glory. And if it hadn't have been, then The Two Towers and The Return of the King would have been unfinished, or they would have been shuffled off to video, and they would have been very poor and not finished.
He would have backsheet. He would have been backsheet.
He would have been back. Yes, and Bakshi
exactly what
had
happened
the
to
same
Bakshi.
problem. Yes,
Exactly what happened to him.
That's exactly what happened to poor Bakshi. He didn't get to finish what he wanted to start. Now, I give Peter Jackson all the credit in the world for making The Lord of the Rings the way he made it. It was brave. It was unexpected. He sold all the foreign markets. They paid for the film
It
by
worked, man.
selling all the foreign markets first. Then they had the money to make it, and everything worked. It came together so beautifully.
You young people don't remember. Regular ass people know what an orc is. That's fucking crazy. That is really fucking weird.
Yeah,
okay?
that you talk to people in regular American dialogue and they know what orcs are.
They know what a fucking orc is.
Yeah,
that is like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was
Exactly.
unfathomable before.
Okay, but the fact that The Hobbit was made out of a different exigent need to get it made. It was Guillermo del Toro, who was going to be the director
which would have been better.
of 2 films. That probably would have been the best ideal situation.
They didn't need 2. I don't even know why 2, but I know what they had to do 2. It's just more money, and you can shoot them back.
Yeah, because
but that's fine.
well,
Whatever.
when they did
2 movies.
when they did the last Harry Potter film,
Did Tarantino start this? Was splitting Kill Bill the moment of this?
no.
Did that was that
Actually,
the light bulb in
Kill
people's
Bill
heads?
was made as one movie.
It
and
was,
the
but they made it 2
studio,
because it was too long.
The studio convinced him to split.
But was
Kill
that
Bill.
was that the genesis of this?
Yes.
It,
That was-
it had to be because like okay then the,
The,
Harry Potter
the
split,
genesis of splitting movies into 2 parts came from
And
the
it
success
worked.
of Kill Bill
it only
Volume
works
1 and 2.
because the internet.
Yes. Now, Harry Potter did not get Deathly Hallows in one movie. It was split to 2 parts.
Yeah.
The Hunger Games.
Twilight 2.
Twilight, The Hunger Games. Everybody's splitting their movies into one book has to be 2 films. So when The Hobbit was going to be 2 films with Del Toro, we understood this.
I was like, okay.
We understood this, and it was going to be Guillermo del Toro. And I was thinking, he's never going to give us a Hellboy 3, is he? We're not getting a Hellboy 3. He's recently been in interviews telling us why he's not going to get a Hellboy 3. And so I thought, well, The Hobbit is going to be the best we can get. And then he quit. He couldn't be the director. He quit the job.
Well, why was it though? He was
Because
too busy or
Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MGM,
Yeah.
was financially imploding and collapsing on itself, and they had the distribution rights. So they could not greenlight the making of the film until they had the distribution okayed. And it wasn't okay. They stopped production on Quantum of Solace, the James Bond movie.
Yeah.
They stopped production on The Hobbit for a year. And that's why Guillermo del Toro left The Hobbit, because he was sitting on his hands
Yeah.
for a year without being able to start the filming of the production.
Yeah. Understandable.
MGM screwed everything up. So one of the jokes they make at the beginning of every Hobbit film, there's an MGM logo, New Line Cinema logo, and Warner Brothers logo.
Oh.
The digital animators put dust and a cobweb inside the eye of the lion,
That's pretty rad.
so that when the camera is moving away from the eye of the lion, and the lion is there, and you hear MGM Lion, and he roars and does the MGM Lion thing, by that time, you realize that the joke that the digital animators are putting in is that MGM has a dusty, old claim on the film that is so old as 35 years, a claim to distribution, that MGM had nothing to do with it. They didn't make the film, they didn't produce it, they just had the rights to distribute it. So the digital animators put these cobwebs inside the lion's eye as a commentary on MGM having an old, dusty claim on the film. That was their joke. And it's in there. It's very subtle, but it's in there. So what we ended up with Peter Jackson gave us the most beautiful, glorious Lord of the Rings trilogy, but when he had to make The Hobbit, things started getting a little wonky. 2 films became 3 films. Okay?
So in most cases, more
And
is
then
better.
No, it's not.
in most cases more
less
is
is more.
better, but in this
Cliff,
case
I gotta pee really bad.
go
Keep
pee.
going.
But in this case a lot of us are just wondering, what the hell? Why did you take 2 films and turn it into 3?
More money.
Because more money is involved. More money is involved. We got extra interracial love story between a dwarf and an elf. We got extra Alfred. Alfred Lickspittle, since now we know his last name.
Filmed the death scene.
They filmed death scenes that they didn't include. They filmed funeral scenes that they did not include.
I'm a little torn.
They filmed Bombur falling into the enchanted river in Mirkwood that they did not include. But all this stuff gets added into the extended editions just to make sure that you're interested in buying one.
So I'm torn whether I don't want more Alfred, but any more Alfred is going to be his death scene. So what are we going to get in the extended edition? More Alfred, which nobody wants, or his death scene, which everybody wants?
You're definitely going to get more battles and more Beorn and more of a Thorin's funeral. In the extended edition of Battle of the Five Armies, you can expect the film that should have been delivered, and I hate to be so crass, but the extended editions of all the Hobbit movies are really the full versions that should have been delivered in the theatrical experience. I'm just saying that. Okay?
Wait, did they extend it? They release extended DVDs of every?
I know it's warm, but you can have it. You're welcome to have
That
it.
ain't gonna stop me.
It's warm. Okay, hey, cheers, by the way. Cheers, John. It's so good to have you. So good to have John on the show with us. He knows so many great things about... We need to peck your brain about music, as well as talking about Lord of the Rings and Tolkien stuff.
Did we
should
bring
actually
this up?
talk about music.
Didn't we bring this up like last time? We were like, okay, wait, I wrote little notes. I want to be prepared for the show. Okay, last time you brought fantasy lyrics and rock music. I was like, that's a great fucking.
Yeah.
I did the one ring on that. People care about that.
They do.
Okay, Black Sabbath, The Wizard. That song's just about Gandalf showing up in Fellowship of the Ring. And it's a good song. It's actually an awesome song. That fucking cracks me up.
How many songs from Led Zeppelin 4 do you think are directly related to Lord of the Rings? At least two.
Battle of Evermore is
Battle of Evermore?
It's that one chapter in Return of the King.
Yeah.
Is there another one?
There's another song. Yeah.
Which one?
The Battle of Evermore, where he says, where he references Gollum and the evil one.
No, that's Ramble On. That's
Ramble On.
Led Zeppelin
Okay,
2.
that's Led Zeppelin 2. Oh
2.
shit!
But that one is just.
I should know my Led Zeppelin albums.
I think
by
that's
now.
just a Stone guy thing because like the whole song's about something else. He's just like, yeah, Gollum showed up and did this because he's just reading Lord of the Rings like this is sick, you know.
But you know what I found weird? In the lyric of that Led Zeppelin song, he says, "Down in the depths of Mordor,
I met a girl so fair.
I met a girl so fair." But Gollum and the evil one crept up and swept away with her.
I'm gonna say it doesn't make any sense.
But what was a beautiful girl doing in Mordor anyways?
Well, here's what I'm saying.
What was she there in the first place?
This is actually a weird thing. There's no fucking there's no girls in Lord of the Rings. There's no girls.
Well, there's
There are-
Eowyn.
There's like 3 girls in the whole story. Eowyn, Galadriel, Arwen, right? Is that it? Am I missing anyone?
Women are 50% of the population.
Yeah, 3. There's fucking 3. There's no such thing as a female orc. No such thing for some fucking reason. They say there are female dwarves. Maybe. Never seen one. There's fucking no women.
They're in the Hobbit films. There's lots of bearded female dwarves in the Hobbit
They
films.
must have cut that out of the fan edit.
But you didn't see them in the
I
fan
didn't see
edit.
that.
Ah,
It's interesting. I always go
okay.
back and I'm like, should female dwarves really be bearded? Is that fucking
Misty
whatever.
Mountain Hop. What about Misty Mountain Hop?
I think that's just the title because in Misty
the
Mountain
title.
Hop, when you hear the lyrics, there's this whole thing about a Japanese dude. Like, there ain't no fucking Japanese guys in the Misty Mountains.
That's true.
You know?
That's
it's
true.
fucking a weird fantasy shit. Okay, other great. Let me. There's other great. I don't know if it's necessarily Tolkien, but great fantasy songs. I was writing these down. Emerald by Thin Lizzy.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Solitude by Black Sabbath again. It's kind of got a. It's like a fucking bard
Yep.
shit. Lady in Black by Uriah Heep is awesome.
Oh, there you go, Uriah Heep.
That song's
yes.
sick.
Yeah. You know your music, man. That is.
Like
That is
I was writing down my favorite fantasy theme
No
lyrics.
Robert
songs.
Preston jokes. I just said the Music Man, but I didn't mean the musical. Okay, just bear with us. We're a little bit tipsy here on today's R-rated Torn Tuesday, which I guarantee Justin is not going to upload into the YouTube archive. Is this going to be on the YouTube archives?
Tomorrow.
The R-rated version of motherfucking Torn Tuesday.
Let's see-
R-rated.
Now, can you title it? Can you call it the extended edition?
Call it the R-rated extended edition of Torn Tuesday. Okay? God
This
damn
is an
it.
extension of our last show with
It is. Okay.
you.
The-
You don't want to be associated.
Wait, sorry. Black Mountainside? Isn't that also fucking Lord of the Rings shit?
Zeppelin was
This
on
was
it.
my dream.
Oh, show him that.
Howard Shore is
No, if this is a 2-night. If he did a 2-night music festival,
Why is Justin Timberlake on it?
because Justin Timberlake is a huge
He
Tolkien
is?
geek.
Really?
He knows the Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion inside out.
Well,
Justin
Ed
Timberlake
Sheeran
is hard-
obviously looks like he
And he was on the
is
set-
from
best-
fucking
best
the
like-
Shire.
Real life
He's a
singing
real
Hobbit.
life singing
Ed Sheeran is a real life
Ed
Yeah,
Sheeran,
I know.
Ed Sheeran wrote the song for the Hobbit film.
Are
The
you
one that-
kidding me?
Second one.
You didn't hear it.
No.
See fire.
He,
Fire.
I See Fire by Ed Sheeran.
Is he in the movie? Does he just show up and start playing it?
No,
Oh.
he's at the end credits. Ed Sheeran on the end credits.
That is fucking comedy. Who the fuck is David Arkenstone?
There was a female orc in the Desolation of Smaug.
Wait, okay.
Where
why
was
the
there a female orc in the Desolation of Smaug? Someone in the chat room
Does
claims to have identified a female orc
Well-
that I've never identified.
This is where Tolkien, I think, did some fucking like certain. He's like, oh, there's no such thing as female orcs. It's like, oh, they just pull them out of the mud. It's like, what? Or they're corrupted elves, but there's no chicks. It's like, it's fucking stupid, man. Why aren't there female orcs?
There are.
No, they're not. They're not in the book. It's like, it's clear. There's no female orcs. There's no female orcs.
The book doesn't mention them, but we don't know.
No, well, okay. In the movie, they pull them out of the mud, and then, or they say they're
in the
corrupted
movie,
elves.
Saruman is using breeding pits to breed Uruk-hai.
Yeah, why can't they just be fucking like? Can't there be a female orc? Sorry, she might look like she doesn't look hot to you. It's a female, or there's male and female. Like what the fuck? Who knows? Middle Earth maybe it didn't evolve from like a single cell.
Really?
Or
They
whatever.
talk about a female orc in the behind the scenes? I didn't
And there's
know that.
one, just one. Where are all the girls? Where are the girls at?
Exactly. It's a
Tolkien, where are the ladies
When
at?
it comes to orcs, it's a sausage fest. I had
No wonder they're so pissed.
no idea there was.
They all want to kill dudes all the time. You can't get fucking laid in Mordor. It fucking sucks. Weather sucks. Your boss is a dick. You don't even see the guy. Actually, no one sees the guy.
And now we have the ultimate R-rated Torn Tuesday right now.
No,
100!
Like
Are you at 100?
one of the.
And where am I at?
Bard's house.
31? I've only got 31 curse words compared to 100 for you.
Well, it's like the movie Casino, you know, like.
Motherfuck. Can I turn into Joe Pesci instantly right now and just start motherfucking cussing my motherfucking mind off until I lose my fucking mind? No.
Well, you guys got Burzum.
Shit, piss,
Oh, wait.
goddamn.
Wait, sorry. I don't want to interrupt. Burzum. Speaking of Burzum,
I just want to start cussing now for
you
no
guys
reason.
know
I
that
don't.
Varg
I don't.
Vikernes, he's out of jail. He can't tour because he's banned from every country in the world. You know he's released his own fucking pen and paper D&D style board game.
Really?
Through his own system.
Really?
Yeah. Self-printing. They're $100 a book. I actually bought it. I'm gonna review it for a magazine.
Are you really?
Yeah. I approached the
Cool.
magazine. I'm like, yo,
That sounds
literally
cool.
this. But he has his own fucking pen and paper. His own system only uses D6s. Apparently, it's very well written. It's super racist because it's fucking Varg Vikernes, and it's all based around this like fantasy Scandinavian based on Celtic myth. And There's
Really?
like different races of people. You can be an Iron Man, a Copper Man, or a Shit Man, or whatever. Obviously, Iron Men are like Scandinavians, the perfect white people. Copper Men are like whatever lower people. The other ones are like non-white people, whatever. Apparently, it's a very well thought out system. Obviously, the guy was in jail for like fucking 20 plus years. I'm playing this thing. Varg Vikernes wrote a pen and paper D&D style fantasy thing. Burzum. He is Burzum.
Wow.
Varg is Burzum. He wrote because he was out of jail. I'm like, how is there not a Burzum world tour? Every metal guy, I'd be there. We'll go see it. He can't tour. They're not gonna let you in the country. He married some girl from France. He's living there now, and it's hilarious. Go on YouTube. There's these promos of Varg in his car, like talking to some fucking iPhone, being like about Celtic mythology and shit to promote Mifarog, you know, mythic fantasy role-playing system, some shit.
Wow.
His new pen and paper role-playing game, $100 a book.
Really?
I ordered it.
Cool. That's pretty cool, though.
Actually, fuck, you want to be in my playtest? Because I'm going to write this article.
Yeah, I'll be in your playtest,
yeah,
dude.
We get a group. We
Okay.
just do it. Let's play Mifarog.
Okay. I'd be totally down for that. Spirited Book says, don't do it.
If it's a grandmaster, though, you might be.
I'm DM, man. I'm sorry.
He's the DM.
I'm the DM.
And I'm just a lowly slug.
No, you're
in-
playing the game. I'm just saying. I don't care if this motherfucker plays Dragon Dice. I don't give a shit about
I'm just a lonely kobold in my world over here. It's
Well, we're in the world of Varg's world. Who knows what's going on? I'm so interested in what's in Varg's world. There's a dragon on the cover, so I'm sure it's the same shit we're all used to. But
yeah.
I want to know what's going on in Varg's world.
I'm very interested in what he created. It sounds.
I mean, he was in jail for 20 years. He's probably just like, what do I do? I'll go work on my pen and paper role-playing game
20
right now.
years in jail.
It's like reading books. You know, yeah, I'll be rehabilitated, go back to society. Like that fucking asshole. Who's that guy who shot all the people? Was he in Norway too, or Sweden or some shit? Some white motherfucker?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was like, oh, they're like, how'd you get so good at killing these people? He's like, I play Call of Duty all day. Strangely, he was like No, he was like headshotting people. Anyway, piece of shit, super racist. His complaint, I'm not good enough video games in jail. He's like, yeah, I only got fucking PS2 in here. It's bullshit, man. I'm trying to play the new Advanced Warfare. Like that fucking prick. He's gonna be in jail like less than 20 years. He'll just get out normally. Like that's how nice they are there. So anyway, Varg's out. And he wrote, I would think if I locked you in a room for 20 years and you're like, you have this passion creative, you'd probably make a pretty good role-playing game.
I would probably invent something really detailed and really crazy.
Yeah.
If I was locked in a jail for 20 years.
So like, I gotta
else
play
can you
this
go?
game.
Yeah. Gotta go, guys. Have a great rest of the show. Bye, Cliff and Justin and John and all. Bye, Idril. Thank you for joining us on the show. We have about 5 minutes left of our show.
Oh, shit. Anything else we gotta hit? Oh,
you seriously.
Oh, shit. Sorry, stop reading your line. Sorry, just lost your lineup. But anyway, you booked Bursum, so we might as well play his game. Did we hit all this?
What's that? Fantasy lyrics and rock music?
We already
Hobbit
hit,
fan edit, 3 hours.
Hit that Shadow Mortar video game.
Do you know the Shadow of Mordor had caused a lot of contention with hardcore fans because
Well, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, when an elf dies, their spirit is supposed to go to the halls of Mandos.
It's a silly ass video game.
But that's a really specific thing from the Silmarillion mythology. But they decided to build this like back end of how you can get Celebrimbor to be dead, but he's the spirit of vengeance, which becomes your superpower.
Yeah, a little pretty silly, honestly. It's pretty retarded. The only thing I hated, like, it's real in the game, is like, oh, I helped, forge the One Ring. I'm like, man, you don't need to put them in canon. Also, what really pissed me off is the hero. It's like, oh, he looks like Aragorn, because you know Aragorn. Just like making some piece of shit, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. It's a fucking video game. Who cares? They did a really good job of like a licensed Lord of the Rings video game being like really fun, and like the orcs were awesome, and you're just fucking punking them all day. It was pretty sweet.
That sounds cool.
I just got about Stone Fist. You got a music video next week?
No, very soon. I'm not gonna say the day, but I can hint. Friday. This is coming up Friday.
This week, not next week. This week.
Well, I mean, it should be unless I fuck up the delivery tonight. Actually, no, never mind. Someone else is handling it now. It's not my responsibility anymore.
So next week we're gonna have a new health video.
Probably sooner than next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we want to tell everyone where we can find the new video.
YouTube.
Yes.
No.
YouTube.
Some website will have the exclusive debut. You'll find it. Follow us on our Twitter. You guys are on the internet. You know how easy this shit is. Please follow me.
Do
Follow.
you own all your stuff? Like, do you pay for your own music videos and everything?
No, our label does, but if we want to make more, which we're planning, and you probably, if you like these videos, buy this thing, because we do need a certain amount of records to sell to get more money to make more videos, and videos are not cheap. The new Coke video, which I did with this guy right here,
Nice.
we took like no money because we couldn't get the money, and that's why the video is like very off the cuff.
How much money did you make from that one?
I don't make any money from the video. No one makes money from the video. That's what they're silly. Actually, I don't make money from shit. I could really appreciate it if you bought this record physically.
We all would. Guys, this is an awesome chance to support a Tolkien fan, to support someone who's part of your community, but is also part of the bigger rock and roll community and the recording industry. This is Health. They're a great band. They have provided unbelievable hybrid sounds of pop, rock, dance, keyboards, cool, really cool shit. I'm not overselling it. I'm just telling you.
Can I buy them at your D&D game every week?
And when we
Actually,
come to
I
your
gotta be
D&D
honest.
game,
We actually need a new player in our weekly D&D game pretty bad.
Yeah?
They just can't piss me off. I don't want someone like I like people who are nerdy but not too nerdy where you fucking suck.
not rules nerds. You don't want a rules
Yeah,
nerd who's gonna
fuck
fucking.
those guys. Like, I'm sorry, excuse me, my, don't be a fucking dick.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
No, I want guys really nerdy, really into the game, but these fucking assholes. Fuck that shit. So you pass the test, but we need a new guy.
That's
honestly.
funny. Okay, all right, that's pretty cool. That's very, very cool. Whoa, really? Why are these people calling me I'm in the middle of a live show and people are calling me. Okay, we have to say signing off in just a minute now. And I hate to do this because when you have someone with John's level of energy and musicality and enthusiasm, you don't want to let the show go too easily because I really enjoy having you on the show. It's a nice break, isn't it, Justin? To go from G-rated to R-rated, I get to cuss all the motherfucking Samuel L. Jackson nigga, please. I get to break all the Samuel L. Jackson. Please. I'm bringing it. I'm just saying.
Actually, extended edition. Just
That's the extended edition.
Samuel L. Jackson shows up. Excuse me.
Okay. I'm allowed to do that because I am dating a black person. So I'm allowed to do that. Yes, I am. Yes, I am allowed to say any Samuel L. Jackson shit that I want to fucking say. Because I'm dating a black person. So, yes, I am allowed to say it. Just saying,
there's
okay?
gonna be a think piece tomorrow.
There's gonna be... I'm going to be writing
Really
apologies
do it,
about
man.
this for years.
There's
I'm going to be apologizing about this for years. Anyways, you're awesome, by the way. Drinking my warm Corona beer
Hey, this
that
is-
hasn't even been, chilled. John, I can't wait to dig into your album.
Oh, I hope so. Please, I'm sorry,
repeated listening.
I gotta plug it again.
You got to repeat listen. Death Magic from Health. Health, the band. Look them up on YouTube. You can find the video on YouTube. Look up Health. And what's the first video? Which song got the first video?
New Coke, but
New Coke.
people like it. We get an older video. Sorry, I don't know. Some go. Sorry, very sorry. People at home, you guys like gore? You want the R-rated Hobbit? Watch our video. We Are Water, directed by Eric Wareheim. If you want that R-rated Hobbit shit, you'll like that one.
Eric Wareheim directed that?
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out Health, the band. You can find them online very easily on Spotify, Facebook, and Twitter. Oh, boy.
The show's already over, man.
The show's over, and now he's bringing us the whiskey.
Did you bring our Dragon Dice?
Did I bring my Dragon Dice? No, I'm going to bring my Dragon Dice the next time.
I'll play that shit. This
And
sounds
we'll
fucking
play-
cool.
it's
I've actually
really
never
cool.
Played. Yeah.
It takes about half an hour to play a game. It's a
No,
pretty good
I'm into
game.
that.
Ooh. Where in Kentucky did you get this whiskey, Justin? Were you driving along the Bourbon Trail?
No, Grimlock was driving at the time, so I don't remember.
Grimlock.
Grimlock was
Who
driving.
the fuck's his name? Grimlock.
Grimlock is one of the Dinobots.
Really?
He's a Dinobot from of Transformers, and he's one of our best friends.
I watched Transformers like long time. Who the fuck named himself Grimlock? I don't
He
remember
named himself after the Dinobot.
Cliff, does he deserve
Oh wait,
to be in
Dinobot, dude, that's
Yes.
way later. How would you know what a Dinobot is? You wouldn't be in Transformers by that age. That's
yeah.
so later.
I know Dinobots
I was
because of my
way the fuck
exposure.
out.
I'm into it. I'm into it. But not the live action Transformers. They're all shite. Do I get a cuss word for saying shite?
Yeah.
Yeah, do I get one for shite? Transformers movies are all bullshite, and I don't like them.
Yeah,
sorry,
like-
just saying. Anyways,
Oh, sorry.
But the original-
someone's pointing at Melt. Yes, obviously we're at Meltdown Comics.
We're at
You guys
Meltdown
watch the
Comics.
show.
Signing off.
John, we're signing off with John. How do I pronounce the last name again? Sorry,
Just say Familetti, Familiated, whatever you want.
John
You don't really
Familetti.
care about it. Just
Familetti, Clifford
check-
Broadway.
Check out my album. That's all.
Check out his fantastic new album, Death Magic, from Health. And you guys, come back to see us next Tuesday when we will have a normal, G-rated show that will just be as normal can be. I'll try my best to make it G-rated. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for joining us again. You can follow me, QuickBeam2000, on Twitter. And where can we follow your band?
Health on Twitter, _health, Twitter, Facebook. You can work it out. I know our name's hard to Google. Just _health, Twitter, Instagram.
Good.
Facebook's
good.
Health Noise, whatever.
Good.
Maybe search for Health Band.
Health Band, Health Los Angeles, Health John, whatever.
Health Band or Health
guys
Los
are
Angeles
smart kids.
for Google searches.
You
You
know
guys are
what's up.
wonderful. Happy birthday to you, Spirited Book. I'm glad you're 16, but you're only of legal age in the United Kingdom. You're
Oh.
still not legal age here in the United States, so
And
forget
one
it.
day we'll change that,
Just
right?
forget it. You got 2 more years to
Joking.
wait.
It's fine. The laws are great.
You
as
got
they
2
are,
more
for
years to
God's
wait.
sake. This guy.
Just saying. But the age of consent is 16 in the UK, so watch out. So, good night, everybody.
That is
We've
ridic-
had a lovely R-rated
That's
show.
ridiculous, UK, by the way.
Ridiculous. Signing off, Torn Tuesday. Good night, and thank you, John. Fantastic, man.
Thank you.
Let's play some Dragon Dice, shall we?